What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Hope everyone is doing well. Today's video, I got the Outcast 4S on the bench, and we're going to go over everything I like about it, everything I hate about it, and I'm going to give you my full opinion on whether or not you should buy one. Alright guys, got the Outcast 4S here on the bench. Been bashing it now for a few months. Truck is fun, pretty durable, has a lot of upsides, has some bad sides, and let's just jump right into it, go through everything. First up, truck is absolutely amazing looking when you're driving it. The blue really pops. I do like the brown as well, but the blue is very nice, good high visibility. Pulling off the lid here. The body clips, those little tethers that kind of always break. It's one thing I don't like about them. They're a pain in the butt. The clips are really tight, so you find yourself kind of pulling on them and they break apart quite often. I don't know, maybe it's just me. If you have that problem, let me know. Boom, let's pull the shell off. Let's see how it's holding up. It is cracking in a few spots. I gotta put some tape on it. See here, the fender, that's kind of coming off. The back section starting to get chewed up, but what I like is this bar really saves it and adds a lot of stiffness to it and just really kind of keeps it together, so that way that scrape body lasts a long time. You don't have to replace it right away. But let's get into the truck. Alright, moving on to the truck. Here she is. Has been put through the paces. I've been bashing this thing pretty hard, maybe sending it a little bit higher than what you should be sending a 4S rig plastic chassis build. Maybe not, I don't know. I have broken some things, so let's just go over everything I broke so far. Starting in the rear, my unboxing video, first time I got it out, I have a zip tie here holding in the pin for the axle. That 5 minutes it lasted. A rock got in there, somehow popped the band off, and I still haven't got a replacement. They said early September for back order, and here we are in the beginning of November. No update, haven't got it. Luckily, I'm able to get a zip tie in there, and they hold up, and it just fits around enough to where that pin can't come flying out. And I've been bashing hard ever since, and it's held up. That does kind of stink. I don't know why the part hasn't come available yet. So far, everything else that's broken I've been able to get, so let's just go over that. That would be the chassis of the truck. Let's look underneath. You can see I got M2C bash bar on there. This is my second chassis. I broke one, actually technically it's my third, broke another, and then I was like, I gotta do something about this. The bash bar came out from M2C Racing. Haven't tried it out yet, but I've seen videos and it should be able to take the beating that I would like it to now with that bash bar on there. It should stiffen everything up and it should not break any more chassis. They're not very expensive, but then you gotta swap everything over. Two chassis at like 30 something after shipping, basically pay for that bash bar. I highly recommend you pick up that bash bar if you're having issues breaking your chassis, if you're someone who likes to go maybe a little higher than you should with this truck. Getting into that, someone told me they changed the compound and the plastics. They used to be stronger. I've been seeing a lot of people break these, so that could be something to think about. Maybe they're skipping out on a chemical or something in the plastics that made them harden. Don't know, got no proof of that, just something I heard on the internet. Moving on, upgraded the fan. Stock fan brakes, they're plastic. I like these Protec aluminum case ones. I even put the little plastic shroud on there that comes on the stock fan. Took it off, everything bolted up, no problem. Power-wise, the system is good, just need to cool it. Like I said, power is good, but the servo was weak, so I upgraded to a Speed Tech servo. I added a Robinson, or forget the name of the brand, I'll throw it up there, but it's a different servo saver if you're still wanting to run a servo saver. It's just a little bit stiffer, but you will have to pick up the Arrma one if you don't want to run this one. You need a 25 tooth spline. I don't like that they give you a 23 tooth spline servo, especially if that thing were to break and you wouldn't just have a horn laying around. At least not me. Everything has a 25 tooth. Don't know why they're doing that. It's a little silly, but that's just something they do. Front shock right here, I did bend a shaft. I picked up some extra ones. Moving to the motor. And you see, I almost forgot, I did upgrade to the M2C motor mount plate, and it's this little brace that's here as well. So I hadn't bent anything, but I knew that stuff would eventually bend. I was ordering the bash bar, so I picked up that stuff. One thing I do like about the 4S is everything's fairly well priced. If you're looking to upgrade stuff, it's not like super expensive like a 6S or an 8S rig. So I got all of that stuff in there. Do have new drive shaft as well, because the stock one was getting chewed up pretty bad. So I ordered a couple of those. Dirt gets in there and the plastic shafts. Just brake, I wish there was sort of more of a metal option or something. I mean, the important part is metal where it goes into the gear, I guess, so that's not such a big deal. But other than that, everything has held up in the truck. Overall, the truck is definitely super fun to drive. I only had those couple of gripes with it overall. I wish that the chassis was stronger, like I've said a bunch of times, but other than that, I definitely recommend it. I mean, this thing just looks so good when it's out there. Wheelies for days, backflips, I mean, you really can't go wrong. So overall, I would suggest picking one up. I think they are super fun to drive, relatively durable. It's a step up over the 3S. You get some extra power, slightly bigger vehicle, but yeah, it's so light you can just grab it, take it anywhere, keep it in the back of your car if you want, bust it out, and you're still able to tackle some of the bigger terrain where the 3S trucks, sometimes, I don't know, for me, because I drive so many different ones, the 3S trucks do kind of have that smaller feel, and I don't know, I think this is the 4S line is great between 3S and 6S. You don't feel like you're driving a baby truck, but you're still able to get some good air and kind of go over stuff. I don't know, it's not really something I guess I'm explaining well, but I don't know, for me that's kind of how I feel about it. So overall, yes, I do recommend you pick one up. Super fun, pretty good value. You add some of the mods to it and it's good to go. I think it comes in at like $470. And if you're not going to send it, you can probably just rock it stock and just rip around. So overall, Arrma Outcast 4S, you should get one.